Today, let's explore the vast benefits of getting our juices flowing in the morning. Good morning, beautiful soul. Matt here, and welcome to day 6 of our 7-day morning routine journey. Refining that morning ritual in ways that radiate more intention throughout the day. And today, our intention is all about exercising, movement, working out, just getting the body flowing. Science shows that it is like a miracle drug. Exercise is one of those non negotiables for us human beings. Doctors, researchers, scientists, even ancient philosophers have long claimed exercise works like a miracle drug for its multifaceted benefits for overall well being. As time goes on, there are studies after studies after studies that show the most effective way that we can improve the quality of life and duration of life is exercise. Exercise serves the whole human enchilada, mind, body, and soul. So, I'd be remiss if we did not bring some awareness to exercise on this journey. Aside from the countless positive physical effects, exercise can be a meditative exercise that brings comfort and clarity into our day every morning. A morning routine exercise reaps benefits throughout the day. As with any element we want to add to our day, doing it first thing in the morning provides us with the triggers to make sure it will happen. Studies show the difference between morning and evening workouts. Working out before breakfast, when we're still in a ketogenic state, where our carbs have been depleted throughout our sleep, means that we'll burn a greater percentage of fat instead of carbs because that's what our body is running off of. Whereas when we work out in the evening, we may have the upper hand for pure strength training, and we'll be burning more carbs at that point. So how about you? The key to sticking to an exercise routine is to do it when it feels best and is most convenient for you. So reflect on what time of day you generally feel most inspired to receive the most benefits from exercise. Why do you get up at the time you do every morning? Do you always get up at the same time? Or does it change depending on the day of the week or on how you feel? If you already don't feel rushed in the morning and have adequate time to play with your morning routine, nice work. But if you would like to allow more spaciousness in your morning, well, we have a fun experiment that can be very easy to use to create some more space in the morning. So here's the challenge. Starting tomorrow, get up just 5 minutes earlier than normal. And once you've been waking up 5 minutes earlier for about a week, you could add another 5 minutes to your experiment, and now you're getting up 10 minutes earlier. I like this approach. What I've tried in the past was just going to bed, say, an hour earlier if I want to wake up an hour earlier. But there is a little bit more of an adjustment period that needs to happen. And I'm a little more reliant on my alarm. Whereas sometimes when I want to wake up just a little earlier, I can just tell myself what time I would like to wake up. And at this point, I know that I need about 8 hours of sleep. So long as I can get that 8 hours of sleep, I can usually wake up when I want to wake up. I had this one housemate who, it doesn't matter how long she slept, she could tell herself when to wake up the evening before, and she would always wake up at that time. She had this job that she needed to wake up at around 6:30 a.m. for, which is pretty early. And we would be up till like 1 a.m., making vegan pies and just having a ball. And I'm just like, how do you do that? And it's pretty wild. So that's just another thing you could play with is trusting yourself a little more to wake up when you want to wake up and developing that attunement. It's a superpower. Still working on it though. All right, here are some hard-earned tips and suggestions from the pros on how to embrace a morning or evening exercise routine. Keep your exercise routines short and simple and fun. This is especially important in the beginning when we first start playing with new routine ingredients. Julie Zhu, who is the founder of InSpirit and former vice president of product design at Facebook, shares with us that on most days, I try to do a 10 to 15-minute workout on my elliptical first thing. I prefer working out at home because when you go to the actual gym, you have the whole back and forth, and that takes an hour and a half, and that feels too overwhelming. The fact that it's just 10 to 15 minutes makes it feel easy, so I try to keep the pressure low. If I were like, Julie, do a 30-minute workout, I just wouldn't do it. So I keep the bar low. It's like brushing your teeth. It's not a big event. Done is better than perfect. There is nothing wrong with push-ups, squats, a few pull-ups maybe, jumping jacks, or even just standing beside your bed and getting in some stretches. David Katavi is a best-selling author on creativity, productivity, and self-publishing, and he shares with us, I go to the gym on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. My goal is simple. Go and spend 15 minutes there. Building the habit is more important to me than sticking to a particular routine. Keep your workouts fluid, day to day, and throughout your life. To allow time for muscle recovery and ensure we stick to our exercise routines, it's helpful to alternate what part of our body we work out from one day to the next. While it's good to create a morning workout routine, the motions themselves don't have to become stale and monotonous. James P. Owen is a 40-year-old veteran of Wall Street and the author of Just Move, and he shares with us, as I get older, I've found that the day of recovery has been more important, but I'm not one to sit around for long, so I do 30 minutes of walking outside just to get the blood flowing, and 30 minutes of stretching later on in the day. Enjoy the feeling of accomplishment an early morning sweat brings. For many of us, if we don't get to our workout in the morning, it won't happen later in the day, however good our intentions. Once the pace of the day speeds up, leaving what we're doing to work out can seem both impractical and irresponsible. James Knapp is a best-selling author and inventor of Design Sprint, and he shares with us, starting my day with exercise gives me a big mood and energy boost throughout the day and makes me feel like I've accomplished something right off the bat. One of the big keys for me is getting dressed in running clothes right when I wake up because it sets the default to exercise. My family expects it, and I expect it too. Take your workout win into the rest of the day. When you embrace an early morning sweat, you know that regardless of anything else that happens, or doesn't happen, throughout your day, you got your workout in. Sarah Doody is a user experience designer, founder, and speaker, and she shares with us, I work out first thing in the morning. I love starting my day already feeling accomplished. If frustrating things happen during the day, I can always look back to my morning workout and think, I ran 10 miles this morning, so I can handle fill in the blank. So how about you? Are you inspired to try anything new? Or perhaps double down on an exercise routine you already enjoy? We human beings are made up to 60% of water. The cells in our brain are mostly water too. In fact, water makes up about 73% of our noodle. Water is required for jobs like making neurotransmitters and hormones, which influence everything the brain does. Researchers assert that if you don't top off the tank, dehydration can impair both short and long term memory, as well as attention. Not to mention water's plethora of other healthy benefits like flushing away waste, regulating temperature, and helping cells grow and survive. After sleeping all night, we wake up dehydrated. During 8 hours of sleep, we can lose an average of 200 milliliters of water. That's nearly 7 cups of water. So, rehydrating soon after waking up is a simple and helpful practice to include in our morning routine's stack of healthy habits. Dr. Maria E. Pena, MD, is a professor at the Icahn School of Medicine and director of endocrine services at Mount Sinai Doctors Forest Hills. And she shares, by hydrating more, a person will urinate more and have more bowel movements, which is the body's natural way of getting rid of waste. It is a way of cleaning out toxins in the system. You're getting rid of bad bacteria in your system, and it allows for good bacteria to grow. Proper hydration also aids our bodies. It keeps skin plump and joints lubricated. Additionally, drinking water can help with fatigue often felt in the morning. So now would be a good time to take a drink of water. I'm not gonna lie, I just took a sip of coffee, which can be dehydrating, but I got my water bottle nearby, so we're good. Sticking to an exercise routine doesn't come easy, right? So it's helpful to consider how we can use the resources at our disposal to create the right conditions that create inspired action in the direction of our intentions. Now, most wouldn't consider money to be much of a disposable resource, which is why it makes such a powerful motivator. And the best investment that we can make with our money is the investment in ourselves. So consider how you can make better financial investments, however big or small, that inspire more exercise into your morning routine. Put your money where your values are. In a similar vein to accountability groups, gym memberships are a classic example of a financial tie that encourages us to do what we said we're going to do by making it financially painful not to. We can set up stakes that inspire us to show up. Classes that make us pay for a deposit to save our spot are a good example of a financial investment that inspires us to show up. Another would be the often cited example of giving a sum of cash to a friend and telling them to donate the money to a cause you would never want to give money to or have your name associated with. Like your least favorite politician is often a good choice if you don't follow through with what you said you would do. And lastly, consider working with a personal trainer. A trainer keeps us honest, accountable, and pushes us further than we generally go by ourselves. And though they're not often cheap, this could be the best investment in your body you could ever make. So how about you? What is one financial investment that would inspire you to exercise more? Any effective reward system can immediately boost inspired action. This reward can come during the exercise itself, particularly if you work out at a gym, or later in the day. The reward doesn't have to be anything major, but something simple to keep you motivated. What kind of exercise rewards will inspire you to stick to your goals? Let's play with this. Let's get creative. What will make you feel better about exercising and more thoroughly enjoy the process? As we experiment with different ways to pat ourselves on the back, we discover what really drives us and what will inspire us to show up each day. And of course, consider the exercise a reward in itself. Treating yourself to fancy new running shoes, a gym membership, or a course package, or venturing into the great outdoors can certainly be a reward in itself. And by all means, feel free to still give yourself something special later on after each exercise session. You deserve it. So, how about you? What is one way you enjoy rewarding yourself for exercising? That wraps up today's intentional session on more exercise into our morning routine. Yes, so good. We would love to hear from you if you have thoughts, inspirations, ahas, epiphanies, you name it. We have a private activity feed over at Intention Inspired, and we would love to hear from you. All right, beautiful soul. We have one more day in our morning routine journey, and the intention of which is adapting. Because yes, everything is changing, and we must embrace this change and the great unknowns that are coming our way by being adaptive. So we're going to look at some fun ways that we can be more adaptive within our morning routine. So I look forward to that. Until then, peace, love, exercise.